Hey everyone, I just wanted to talk about my own thoughts and opinions here, kind of things I like and dislike on the Samsung Fold 4. Of course, this is not the newest one you can buy. Of course, they also have the Fold 5 out. But yeah, so first thing I do like is, well, I bought this thing for only 600 bucks, which is quite cheap for a foldable phone. Of course, that was used, it was not new, but it was in like new condition. I think it looked like it was barely ever been used. So big savings over buying, say, a Fold 5. So you can buy one of these things pretty used. I mean, I think when it first came out, they were what, 17, 1800 bucks. So again, $600 for this is a really good deal. Another thing I like is, of course, the biggest thing about a folding phone is you have the outside screen, and then you have the inside screen. We'll come back to that in a moment. But it is cool, you know, if you just want to look at something pretty quick, you have the outside screen. If you want to see something a lot bigger, watch YouTube videos, stuff like that, even play games, the inside screen is, of course, the better option. But you do still have this decent sized screen. It's just kind of skinny for doing anything you want to do on it. It's just really cool having those two options. Something I don't like, and I don't know if you all be able to hear this or not, but when I open it up, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like the inside screen protector kind of like unpeels from itself, and it just makes like an unpeeling noise. It's kind of weird. There isn't anything wrong with it. It's just kind of offsetting, I guess you could say. So that is one thing I do not like. Another thing I really don't like about this one, and maybe it's just the one I have here. Hopefully y'all can see this in the video. This inner screen is crazy yellow. Like mine is very, very tinted yellow. Like the whites aren't even white. They're like a off yellow. It's really weird. So again, I mean, if you look at like the outer screen here, or the inner, yeah, the outer screen, this is so much more white. It doesn't have like any yellow hue to it whatsoever. Going to the inside, and it's just a crazy yellow hued display. I mean, the white is not white like whatsoever. It's just yellow. It's very weird. And again, it might just be mine. Y'all can let me know. But very yellow screen on the inside. Another thing I don't like, and this is probably more of a me problem than anything else, is they of course say the inner screen is a lot less durable, even with the screen protector on it. And even when I'm using like this, the cloth here, I just feel like I'm going to break this screen. It just, I mean, it's not like it feels undurable or anything, but I know it is undurable, or not the most durable of screens, and I just feel like I'm going to break the thing. Again, it's more of a me problem than anything else, but just something to note. But of course, with this nice big screen, you of course can get videos in nice and big, especially if you turn them sideways like this. But of course, you will notice you do have these giant black bars on the top and the bottom here, and even when you go into full screen, it kind of cuts away quite a bit of the video. I mean, you can see how much video is getting cut out, getting cropped out there. But even with that being said, it is still awesome having a nice big screen when you want it to be nice and big. So this inside screen is just really cool. Just also very yellow. But then another thing that is okay are the speakers. I turn them up all the way here, so you have like one speaker on both sides. They're not the loudest. They're not super quiet, but they're just not the loudest. I'll let you all listen. So in my very quiet room, they are actually pretty loud. But if you go into any room where you have like a fan on or anything else going on around you, they're not as loud as some other smartphones speakers are. Another cool thing that I do like though is if you want, you can have your phone like this, so where you have the video on the top, and we can even make it go zoomed in there. Then you can have your other features on the bottom here. That's just really cool if you want to do it like that. And you can do the same thing with the outside screen, which I think it's even cooler. And then you can make this go full screen. Again, because it's so narrow though, it isn't the best full screen experience, but it's just really cool possibility that you can have there. Then of course one of your speakers is kind of farther away from you, which again, speakers are not the best to begin with, but it's something very minor, but something also to note there. But it's really cool how you can have videos playing a whole bunch of different ways. And very quickly talking about the cameras that are on here. So you have a whole bunch of different cameras. Of course, you have this front-facing one, you have the inside front-facing one, and you have the 3 outside-facing ones. They're not the best cameras, especially when you consider how expensive this phone was when it was new. And of course, like all the reviewers talk about this, but because of the way the phone is, it does have some limitations. I know you're paying a very premium price when it was new. The cameras are they're okay. They're not bad. They're not great. They're okay. I mean, again, I wouldn't really complain about them, but they're also not the best. And I mean, I'm not somebody who goes around taking pictures of pretty much anything anyway. So for me, that doesn't matter. But if you are somebody who takes pictures all the time, they're not. I mean, again, they're not terrible, but they're not the best. Then 2 more things. At least in my experience with this phone, the one I have here is the battery life is not very good. Of course, when you're using this big screen here, your battery life just drops really fast. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm browsing the web, especially watching videos or playing games, the battery just dies. I mean, it's not the best of phone batteries. Again, it's not the biggest battery, and then again, this is a big phone, so battery life is not the best. And then of course, something that you know when you go into a phone like this is this thing is very thick, and it's also very heavy. I mean, like I have the S24 Ultra on the right here now, and I mean when this thing's folded up, it's actually about maybe 3/4 the thickness of the S24 Ultra, but width-wise, but the actual thickness-wise, even with this case on, it is thicker. I mean, it is a thick phone, and again, it is heavy. It probably weighs with as much as S24 does, the Ultra does, with a case on, without a case on, if that makes some sense. I mean, it is, of course, a big phone, and of course, you go into this phone knowing that, though. I mean, you just know this is a big phone. But of course, you also get this big screen. So all in all, I think this thing is really cool, especially for the price I paid for it. For $1,800, I would say no. But if you can pick one of these things up in really good shape, used like I did for $600 here in the U.S., they are really, really good deals. As long as you don't mind like the battery life and some other things that are weird about them. You just, of course, don't have some weirdness with a folding phone. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think. I do recommend one of these, again, if you can find them used in good shape. They are very cool. You don't see too many people having these out and about. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.